Yeah. One body, one mind. One mind, one spirit. One spirit, one mind. Gotta make the world feel it. One body, one mind. One mind, one spirit. One spirit, one mind. Gotta
All right, but sis, what's your name again? April. All right, April. So what the officer was bringing out is our history is in the Bible. Now, your nationality was what again? Mexico. From Mexico, okay. Spanish, right? Okay, but maybe your descendants, your fathers, have Mexican roots in them, right? All right, so watch this. I want to show you something. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, and we go read verse 15, all right? I'm going to show you, you believe in the Bible. I'm going to show you biblical prophecy. I'm going to show you that the things written in this Bible are historical facts that happened to your people, to my people, to his people, to his people. All of this is recorded in the Bible concerning the destruction, the atrocities of our people. Watch this. Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
I want you to listen very, very carefully, April. Watch this. Come on.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
This is Moses speaking to the 12 tribes of Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel are those that you see on the sign right there. That's God's chosen people. He spoke to them, said, listen, if y'all don't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, go ahead.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
If you do not keep his commandments
and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses from 16 on down, go ahead. All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
There will be curses placed upon us if we were disobedient to God. And what happened, April? We broke God's commandments. So the reason that we face the things we face today, the atrocities we face today, the things that we have to go through day by day, all the tribulation, the anguish, is because we broke God's commandments. But I'm going to show you something concerning these curses. Give me verse 46. Watch this.
Verse 46.
Watch this, April.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So these curses that we about to read will be upon thee, your nation of people, for a sign. Now, April, what does a sign do? It informs you. Okay, it identifies something. Right, correct. So now, these curses will identify who you are in the last days. Right. Now, why would that have to happen? Why would that have to happen? Give me verse 37.
Verse 37.
Here's one of the curses. This is why these curses must be a sign unto you. Watch this.
And thou shalt become an astonishment.
The Bible says we as a people will be an astonishment all across the world. An astonishment is an amazement. An amazement is it's a shock value. Like, why do they do the things that they do? Why is his pants down to his knees? Why is their rap music? Why do they have their women doing this, that, and the third, and their men smoking and causing children to murder, to do the same things they're doing that's detrimental to our communities? Why do they do such things? We're in astonishment today. Watch this.
A proverb.
We are a proverb. They say wise things about us. They say if you want to hide something from a Negro, put it in a book. They say if you want to hire somebody for cheap labor, hire a Mexican, hire a Hispanic. All of these are proverbs. These are curses, April. Watch this.
And a byword.
And a byword is any name outside of the name that God gave unto you. Now, April, you, according to the scriptures, you from the tribe of Issachar. That's who you are. You can find that in the Bible. You can find that in the scriptures, but today they call you a Mexican. They call you a Spic, a Hispanic, a Latino, right? They call you Spanish. All these names, you can't find in the Bible. You understand? So God says these curses will be upon you for a sign. So now, we're going to identify who the blacks, so-called, Hispanic, so-called, and Native Americans, so-called, are today. Watch this now. Give me verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Now, ask yourself, April, right? Ask yourself. Any ghetto, any place in the city where you see our people downtrodden, destroyed, on drugs, prostitution, who you find in those cities? What race of people? Minorities. Now, who are the minorities so-called today? How would you identify them? Blacks, Mexicans, Hispanics, Chinese, you know, they got their nice little hair salons here and there. All right, Native Americans, right? They got reservations all around, right? So the Bible says we will be cursing the city. What do you find in the city? You find the schools, unaccredited schools. You find prostitution. You find gangbanging. You find drug selling. All that you find in the city that's bad and detrimental to us, you find blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is a sign letting us know, look who's getting on the bus stops.
Let them know.
Look who got to get on the bus stops. We once ruled this world. Remember, the Native Americans owned this land for hundreds of years. They don't have to worry about a bus stop. They had their own means of transportation with their animals and all that. But they stole all that, right? My brother, they stole from the Native Americans. They stole from you. You know what they did to you, my bro? What's your name? Kevin, you know what they did with you? They took you from the west coast of Africa, they put you on a cargo slave ship, transported you to America, to South Central America, and made you serve alongside her. Made you serve alongside the Hispanics and the Native Americans. So what we're doing is we're showing you, guess what? You an Israelite according to the Bible. You an Israelite according to the Bible. We not different people, because you looking at me probably like, oh, well, you light skinned and you look Mexican, Latino, right? But watch this. Let me show you something. Give me Jeremiah 50 and verse 33. I'm going to show you how this Bible right here is the force that's going to bring us together, right? Ain't no other religion can bring us together. And the only people that need to be coming together in righteousness is us. Because ain't nobody else got our back. Watch this, come on.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33.
Watch this, my man.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel.
The children of Israel is making reference to the Hispanic people, the Native American people, the children of Israel. Watch this.
And the children of Judah.
And the children of Judah, that's who you would come from. That would make reference to the southern kingdom, blacks, Haitians, and the Jamaicans. That is Judah, right? So all these people, all these tribes, watch this,
were oppressed together.
Were and are still oppressed together. Are we not today in an oppressed state right now? I'm gonna let you say something, but we're oppressed, right? Watch this, come on.
And all that took them captives.
And all that took them captives. Who took us captive? The so-called white man, the Asian man, the Arab man. All these people took us captive. The Spanish took your people in 1492. The English took your people in 1619. Right around that time, our people was put in slavery. We was in bondage together. All right? What you got, bro?
I'm Creole. I'm French.
Oh, you're Creole. Okay, so are you Haitian? Do you have any Haitian roots?
No. We're from France.
You're from France? That's fine. Watch this. I'm going to show you something. Give me Deuteronomy 28 now, verse 64. This goes back to what we're talking about. Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. I know somebody in French, right? Look just like you.
From France
Uh-huh.
to St. Louis.
To St. Louis. That's fine. That's fine. Now watch this. I'm going to show you why that's prevalent. Watch this. 28:64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee.
And the Lord shall scatter thee, God,
among all people.
Among France, among St. Louis, Kansas City, Denver, Chicago, New York, Indonesia, Africa, Asia. It don't matter where the hell you go, you're going to find our people. Right. So what I'm showing you is, you're an Israelite according to the Bible. My sis, you're an Israelite according to the Bible. What they did with the Hispanics, with the natives, they transported them from America, South Central, and they took them to Spain. They took them to Barcelona, Madrid, Portugal. And what they did was, they made them to serve in their fields. They made them to serve as need be, as they wanted, as they required, right? Same with you. Who built the White House? You think it was white men putting the bricks together? Hell no. During that time, they knew they had free labor. You understand? They had free entertainment. They had women, they had as much women as they wanted to take. You understand? This is what happened to our people. These curses has proven us to be God's chosen people. Watch this, come on.
The Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
So we've been scattered all around the world. Watch this.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And there, in those different places, April, we would serve other gods. Watch this.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Now watch this. Let me show you something.
Even wood and stone.
Wood and stone. April, what is the material used by the Catholics? What do they serve? What do the Jesuit priests serve? A wooden cross, right? What do you see in Brazil? A stone of a huge white man posing as Jesus Christ, right? Islam. What do they worship, my man? What does Islam worship? A rock. They worship a rock. The Bible says we be so cursed, so destroyed, that we would go into serving idols, things that can't breathe, they can't smell, they can't do a doggone thing. As my man just picked up the rock, today people are worshiping the thing that you picked up that has no power giving more value to that than your own self. You yourself can breathe and talk and do these different things, but yet you give your power to a rock. That's how destroyed we are as a people, man. Watch this now. Give me verse 48. 48, watch this.
Verse 48. Yes. Therefore, shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So, my man, are we serving our enemies today?
We gotta pray for them.
Are we serving our enemies today?
I guess we is.
We are. When you go to the bus stop, right? Did you go to the bus stop today?
We're over there right now.
Yeah, you're over there right now, right? Now who do you think owns that bus stop company? You think it's Tyrone Biggins? You think he owns the bus stop? You think it's Jose Vasquez? No! It's the white man. The white man owns the bus stop. We got to go to them for all things. Look, you happen to go to these gas stations like that 7-Eleven. Who you think owns that gas station? Ashmid owns that gas station. You understand? Listen, we have to go to them in one of all things. We don't own nothing no more. This land was stolen from us. Watch this, come on.
Therefore, shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
God sent these enemies against us, April. Watch this.
And hunger.
And hunger. When you hungry, you got to go to them for your groceries, for your food. Come on.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. If you don't pay your water bill, what happens, April? Huh? You don't drink, you don't shower, you don't boil, you can't do a doggone thing, right? Because sometimes, right, we try to get together and say, you know what, we gonna fight against the government. Let's gather some troops together, let's get some M4s and some guns, and we gonna fight against the government. All they gotta do is turn the nozzle, you got no more water, then what you gonna do?
Bring it out.
You understand? We are powerless without God. Watch this, come on.
And in nakedness.
The clothes that's on your back, April, we got to go to them to get it. Watch this.
And in want of all things.
And in want of all things, that bus stop, the gas, everything that we want, anything that we need, we got to go to them. Right. You want to get divorced. You want to get married. You want to die. You want to get a car. You want to get anything on this earth, you have to go to the other nations. Right. That's how low we've come. You understand? You got to understand, we are God's chosen people. We are the Israelites, right? Now, let me ask you a question. These things right here, right? These are bad things, right? Very bad things. Now, do you think there's hope for our people? Yes. There is hope for our people. Let me ask you this. The God that did this to us, do you think he's the God of all nations or the God of the people that he did this to?
God of all nations.
Huh?
God of all nations.
The God of all nations. So let me ask you this, April, right? You have a father, right? You had a father. You at the park, and your father sees you and another kid who he knows nothing of. You do something bad, he do something bad. Who is he gonna punish? He gonna punish you. Now why would that be? Because that's your father. That's his you're his responsibility. You understand? Watch this. Give me Amos chapter 3. That's right.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Hear this word that the Lord spoke against you, O children of Israel. That's us, April. Watch this.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You see that, April? The God of this Bible is not the father of all nations. Right. He said, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Now you see why the Arabs don't go through the same things we go through. Yeah, they got a couple fights in Afghanistan, a couple people died, whatever. Right? You got Asia, they going through some things, whatever. But consider our people. Consider our people, right? We've been downtrodden since the Egyptian captivity.
Bring it out.
We've been downtrodden by Pharaoh, by Nebuchadnezzar, right? By Ahasuerus, right? By Darius, by doggone Alexander the Great, by the Herodians, and today by President Putin and President who else? Biden, right? We've been destroyed since the beginning of time.
Bring it out.
These people had their dynasty. The Asian man had their dynasty. The white man has their dynasty right now.
That's right.
You understand? So God says, you only have I known of all the nations of the earth. But here's the difference though. Here's the difference. Watch this. Give me Hosea 5:15. So yes, we getting destroyed, right? We getting destroyed. We being downtrodden, my brothers. We being destroyed by all the other nations. Things is being planted in our communities for us to fall, for us to not follow this book. But watch what God says concerning those things.
Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15. Bring it on. I will go and return to my place.
So April, the Bible says God will go and return back to his place, to his home. Watch this.
Till They acknowledge their offense.
So you know what you gotta do, April? You got to acknowledge your offense. What would that offense be? Sin. We have been sinning. That is the reason that we downtrodden. My brother, let me ask you a question, right? With the red shirt. What's your name? What's your name, sir? Orlando. Why do you think blacks and Hispanics are on the lowest conditions on the whole planet Earth?
Because whites think they're better than us.
Huh?
Whites think they're better than us.
That's fine. Whites think they're better than us, but there's a reason that we downtrodden right now. There's a reason we destroyed right now. Why would that be? Do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Okay, so watch this. Let me show you something right quick. Give me Jude chapter 5, verse 20. Yeah, give me Jude 5, verse 20. I'm going to show you something. What was your name, Orlando? Orlando. Watch this, Orlando. Let me show you something. I'm going to show you how powerful we are and how powerful we are with God. April, understand this. This is how powerful we are with God.
That's right.
With God. Watch this.
Judas chapter 5 and verse 20.
Bring it on.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor.
So this right here, Orlando, this is a heathen. A person of another nation talking to another person of another nation, speaking about you, speaking about our people. Watch this.
If there be any error in this people,
If there be any sin in the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, in the Puerto Ricans, the Haitians, the African Americans, if there be any sin in them, watch this,
and they sin against their God,
and they sin against their God, if they do error against their God, watch this, come on.
let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
That this shall be their ruin. Come on.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
You see that? So the nations understand that when we're without our true God, they can come and overcome us.
Right.
They can come and destroy us. But when we come together, right, in righteousness and in truth, there was nobody that could come against us.
Right.
Nobody can come against us. Watch 21.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
But if there's no sin in our nation, once we come back together, April, and one mind, one body into this Bible, go ahead.
let my Lord now pass by.
The governor, the particular person speaking to this king says, listen, I got enough sense to say that if Orlando and April and her family and his family, if these blacks and Hispanics come back together under the banner of the scriptures, this man had enough sense to say, I ain't gonna touch them because I know their God is gonna protect them. That's the power we got. Watch this, come on.
Lest their Lord defend them,
Lest their Lord defend them. Watch this.
and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
So what we doing right now is Zephaniah 2 verse 1.
Bring it
So what we
out.
doing right now, Orlando, is we trying to bring our people back together.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation